Well, hello, Meeting House Richmond Hill family. I am here in my kitchen in my little work from home station that I have set up. And yeah, I just wanted to share a few words of what God has been teaching me these days. We're going to be sending this e-news out every week and figured that rather than writing out this whole paragraph of the things that I'm processing, that recording a quick video maybe is a little bit easier and maybe more accessible for us to feel connected in this time. I hope that you've been tracking with the live stream, and for parents with kids at home that you've been using the Meeting House kids curriculum and all of that kind of stuff. It's been encouraging for me to see how people are connecting with each other and reaching out. And I hope if you haven't been able to touch base with anybody at the church, like please reach out to me, to home church leader, your coordinator, friends, family. We can be such a great support to one another in this season. If you've been tracking with the month of prayer, we talked about it this Sunday in the live stream, but our focus this week, it's the last week of the month of prayer, is saying that God has provided all we need, and using the verses from Hebrews 4:14 to 16 to remind us of that. I think a little bit earlier in the book of Hebrews, there's some gold. I love the book of Hebrews. If you have time to read three things this week, maybe try to go through the whole book of Hebrews. But in the beginning of the book, the author is reminding us that Jesus was not just a particular man who lived at a particular time. Yes, that is also his identity, but Jesus is God. In chapter 1, verse 3, Jesus is the Son, is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being. And a little bit later in Hebrews 2, verse 8, I think it's a really poignant verse for us in this season as well. Sometimes confused a little bit about the whole question of, is God in control? And this is talking about Jesus saying, in putting everything under him, that is Jesus, God left nothing that is not subject to him. Yet at the present, we do not see everything subject to him. But we see Jesus, and we can keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. And then later in Hebrews 4:14 to 16, which was the focus verse this week for the month of prayer, it talks about holding firmly to the faith that we profess, and knowing that Jesus, who is the exact representation of God, does empathize with us in our times of weakness and invites us to approach his throne of grace and mercy to help us in our time of need. And I pray for each of us that we are taking time in the midst of everything to talk with God, to approach God, to bring all of these things that we are processing to him. I'm going to include a link in this email. That's the welcoming prayer. Danielle Strickland a couple of months ago was leading this with us at the Meeting House, and this is such a great way to acknowledge everything that is going on in our lives, to not try to hide away from maybe the anxiety or isolation or pain or frustration or whatever that we are processing, but to bring that before Jesus and to allow God to work in us and through us in this season. And yeah, again, to remind ourselves to be rooted in the fact that he is providing everything that we need, and he is there for us to approach with confidence and to receive everything that we need. So yeah, be in touch. Let's keep connected in this season, and miss you guys, seeing everybody face to face on Sundays and at home church, but grateful for technology that helps us stay connected. Sending lots of love and prayers your way. Bye-bye.